I think there's a real danger that normal fines are seen as pocket money, that firms make a calculation of the benefit they get from misleading behaviour, and it outweighs the cost of fines if they are detected.
Welcome. The ACCC alleges Microsoft deliberately misled millions of Australian customers for its own financial benefit. Is this a pretty clear-cut case that the regulator has launched in the federal court?
To me, it looks very clear-cut, deliberate misleading behaviour. When it's a big product available to millions of people, I'm very surprised and disappointed if the allegations prove to be true that such a big business is so careless in its behaviour and treatment of consumers.
Is being asked to opt out of a price rise as high as 45% above an already agreed price fair? Or should customers have to actually opt in when companies such as Microsoft want to offer new terms and, in this case, an extended offering?
So none of those options are illegal, but they're somewhat unfair, and it would be better if there was an opt-in approach.
Would it be fair to say that Microsoft has an effective monopoly when it comes to software, given the length of time its products have now been in the market and its incredible take-up around the world?
It's an effective monopoly. Its share of the market is huge. In any case, their bargaining power vis-a-vis the customer is huge, because the customer would have to go to great trouble to switch away from Microsoft to another supplier. So they've got them over the barrel.
And so, Professor Fels, what consequences does Microsoft now face?
Well, there will be some reputation damage, but they're likely to cop a fine. It could be up to 50 million. It could be 3 times the benefit they get from the misleading behaviour. Or it could be 30% of their turnover. But all these tests under the Act point, in my mind, to a multi-million-dollar fine, certainly well into the tens of millions, given that so many people are affected. And it seems extraordinarily careless, to say the least, and on the face of it, very deceptive.
Given the pressure that exists at the moment on big tech to turn a profit when it comes to AI, is the possible penalty enough? Does it put other tech companies on notice to not do the wrong thing?
Well, I think there's a real danger that normal fines are seen as pocket money, that firms make a calculation of the benefit they get from misleading behaviour, and it outweighs the cost of fines if they are detected. And I do believe that this is not a case where there is just some technical overlooking of the law, but rather a culture of extracting a high price from consumers in a way that consumers didn't understand.
And so where does that leave customers who allegedly have been impacted by Microsoft's behaviour? Some Microsoft customers, for instance, may only be learning today that they could have opted out of continuing paying these higher prices for a subscription they may not have wanted, and instead gone on with their existing subscription just without Microsoft's AI offering Copilot.
At a technical legal level, it may be possible for them to get redress, particularly if they can show that they would have stayed with the old offer. But at another level, I think Microsoft has to come to the party with a really decent redress offer to all the consumers that were misled by the ads. So the ball is, to a degree, perhaps unfortunately, but it's in their court, and they have a reputation issue at stake So I hope they'll do the right thing by customers.
Professor Allan Fels, thank you.
Thank you.